Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. In today's video, I'm going to show you an alternative bind off to your soap sack. This is called a basic bind off. So grab your materials and let's get started. So we're going to start off by wrapping the first peg, peg 1, and then knit over. And then we're going to wrap peg 2 and knit over peg 2. Now we're going to take peg 2 and place it on peg 1. So the stitch on peg 2, we're going to place it on peg 1 and knit over peg 1. Now we're going to take the stitch off of peg 1 and place it on peg 2. Pull your yarn if you need to tighten it up a little. Now we're going to wrap the next peg and knit over, and then take the stitch off of that peg and move it to the right, tighten it if you need to, and knit over on that stitch, on that peg. So now we're going to remove that stitch and place it to the left, tighten, and then we're going to wrap the next stitch. Knit over, then take that stitch off of the peg, move it to the right, and tighten. Then we're going to knit over. Then we're going to take that stitch off and move it to the left, tighten it up. Then we're going to wrap the next peg, knit over, take that stitch off of the peg and move it to the right, knit over, then remove that stitch off of the peg and put it to the left. So we're going to continue this process around the loom, doing the same thing. And then we will do our next step. Now this is called the basic bind off. And you do the exact same thing the entire way around the loom. We're just getting the project off of the loom. And I chose to do this for the soap sack because I thought it looked a little nicer than the other bind off that I was doing. So you have a choice. If you like the stretchy bind off, you can do that with your soap sack, or you can do this. So keep doing this process and I will meet you at the end. I'm going to speed up the video a little bit to save on time. Feel free to pause the video, rewind the video, do whatever you need to do. Just don't rush and take your time. Knitting should be relaxing. So again, this is called the basic bind off. Okay, we are down to our last few pegs, so go ahead and wrap that last peg, knit over, take the stitch off of the peg, move it to the right, tighten it a little, and then knit over that last peg. Now what I'm going to do is get my scissors and cut my working yarn, and then I'm going to have a tail. So what we're going to do is take the stitch off of the loom, and then we're going to take the tail through that last stitch to form a knot. So just pull that tail through the loop to form a knot. Just pull it on through. And then tighten it into a knot. So I'm going to take my darning needle now and thread that tail. There's a little tiny space that you'll want to close that hole. Now we're going to just go ahead and close the bottom like we did in the other video. So this is a drawstring cast on, so we'll just be able to pull and close the bottom of the soap sack up, and then we'll take a darning needle and sew that tail in at the bottom. Now we're going to work on the hook at the top. So we'll need our darning needle. So we just take that tail and sew it in to the other side and knot it. I hope you've enjoyed this video showing how to make a basic bind off on your soap sack. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching!